it had creativity, but at the same time, it lacked creativity.
Yeah. What's up, guys? My name's Ed, this is Marissa, and this is Distant Critics. Now, before we get into it, we just want to let you guys know that these are our opinions and our opinions alone. You know, if you guys have something to say about the film, leave it in the comments below. Now, you guys already know what we're getting into. You see the thumbnail. Today, we're going to talk about Despicable Me 4. Now, without further ado, Marissa, can you tell us a little bit about this movie?
Let's do it. Gru, Lucy, Margot, Edith, and Agnes welcome a new member to the family, Gru Jr., who is intent on tormenting his dad. Gru faces a new nemesis in Maxine Lamal and his girlfriend Valentina, and the family is forced to go on the run.
So clearly Despicable Me is doing a fantastic job with their franchise in, they're doing toys, spin-offs. Illumination is literally what it is today because of the Despicable Me franchise. Now, today we're talking about Despicable Me 4. I think we have very different opinions, though, in this film compared to the others. And I'm going to let you start, Marissa. What did you think about this film?
I thought this movie missed the mark for me.
Yeah.
It did not really benefit me as a person sitting there watching the movie. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't something that really caught my attention. It wasn't something that made me feel some type of way. Granted, there were a lot of kids in my movie theater, and the kids were loving it. The kids were laughing. The kids were having fun. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. It had creativity, but at the same time, it lacked creativity.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I completely agree. So when I look at the movie, first thing I'm looking at is the animation. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors and the energy that everyone's bringing, even the voice actors and Steve Carell, Will Ferrell. But when it comes to the plot, the meat and potatoes of the film, it's definitely lacking something. It felt like it was just gag after gag, and at one point, it just lost it for myself. And these movies are for kids, so I think the kids that you saw in your theater, the kids in my theater, they loved it. So I think kids are gonna like the movie because they love those jokes and stuff like that. But as far as the plot goes, there really wasn't much to it, and I don't know, it just fell flat for myself. It was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't the worst. It was just there.
That's kind of how I was feeling too. I was more so in the middle. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't, it just didn't have that little flavor to it that it was missing. And truthfully, I thought, even by reading the bio and stuff, I thought that it was going to be based more on the Mega Minions, the ones that have all the superpowers and stuff like that. I thought we were going to see more of them. And we didn't. And I just feel like they're making too much of this movie. Toy Story, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I won't come for your Toy Story. I won't
Please
come
don't.
for your Toy
Please
Story.
don't.
I promise.
Please don't.
Toy Story, it makes sense to have 1, 2, 3, 4. But Despicable Me, it doesn't make sense anymore. Like you said, it's it's gag after gag. The plot just isn't there for me. It's like the writers are forcing themselves to kind of come up with something just to fill it in and make sure that they have a movie in general.
Yeah, Illuminations as a company, the movie giant that it is, it feels like it's just squeezing every little thing that they can out of this franchise. And like you said about the new characters, I felt like we were going to get a little bit more, but it just felt like a money pool at this point where they're we kind of got the same characters going over and over. What can we do different to sell toys? In Regal, we have a popcorn bucket that's the big giant, minion. And I felt like it was just for those things to just get a money grab real quick. And besides that, they weren't that important to the story going forward.
They didn't really help out like I thought they would. And on top of that, it has kids humor and it has a few adult humor, for us to understand. something simple like the milk,
Yeah,
something that simple. But overall, the movie just wasn't what I expected going into the theater.
I agree. So for me, like I said, I think it's an okay film. Um, I personally wouldn't go back to it. However, if you have kids and they've grown up with this franchise, definitely take them. I mean, the kids loved this
Mhm.
film, so I recommend it for the kids. As an adult, I'm all right.
I definitely recommend it for the children also. As an adult, I mean, if you're gonna go see it, I guarantee you're not gonna see it again.
Yeah,
Like, that's probably gonna be the only time that you want to go watch it. And then if you have to go see it with the kids, then you're probably being forced because your kids want to watch it and you gotta go and take them. So
yeah,
I don't really recommend it. I like the other ones. The first one is a good one, and
yeah.
I think that that's where they should have stopped.
I agree. But we want to know what you guys have to say about this film. If you liked it, if you didn't, whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comments down below.
And if you have any other suggestions of movies that we should review, please leave a comment down below so we can turn your idea into reality.
And thank you guys so much for joining us today on Distant Critics.
Thank you.